And according to law enforcement officials, they did not find any criminal record in his past, but they do say they're going to check out every county, every state that he's lived to see if there are unsolved crimes or whether maybe it was a sexual crime that wasn't reported. But they suspect there might be something in his past that they just didn't know about.
All right, well, Holly, thank you very much. It's a deeply horrific story.
But here's something interesting about this dumpster. So anybody could put trash into the bin, but actually to get it through the trash compactor, which is what it was, you need a key to open it up. So only the maintenance people had keys to actually push that garbage into the compactor. They want to be able to tell their story. They want to be able to get this over with. They want to get it moving. But it was going to be very tough on them to be in an open court with all this media attention to tell their side of the story. But they were ready. They had prepped. And I got to tell you, though, Alina, people here are still in good spirits. I guess maybe it's because it's the holiday and they're going on vacation. When I was walking through the airport this morning, there was a guy there with a big tub of popcorn, and I said, "Where'd you get that?" He said, "Oh, have some." And he was sharing it with all his neighbors there who had spent the night. And he said, "Well, I was bringing it to my family for the holidays, but I figured since we're here, we might as well have breakfast. I'll just go shopping when I get there." Selling more than 170 million albums in her career, program directors say Whitney Houston changed the music industry by crossing all musical genres.
She was our princess.
2010, Brunei. Local newspapers report students in an all-girls school began screaming, shaking, and crying, claiming to be possessed by evil spirits. And as you know, Dr. Drew, psychological illnesses sometimes have that stigma attached to it. People don't really want to talk about it. They're embarrassed. So that may be why we don't really know a whole lot about it. Not a lot of research has been done. But the good news is the National Institutes of Health are conducting 2 studies right now on conversion disorder. So they're hoping, and we're all hoping, that, Dr. Drew, we may learn more about it.
I do want to ask the parents, I've had a chance to ask yet, why they're not taking advantage of that study. It's a long way to go.
Here in Newport, Rhode Island, we felt the effects of the storm earlier this afternoon, but as you can see, the wind is still an issue here, and we're at high tide. So the water is choppy, it's strong, and it's dangerous. And officials are warning residents here that the danger for flooding is still not over. The southern part of the state is connected by 2 main bridges, which officials say if the winds get high enough, they'll close. So they're warning residents to evacuate now. The concern in this area is the timing of the storm. If it hits as expected at high tide, high water and strong winds could potentially cause some serious flooding in this area. And just to give you an idea of how high these waters actually are, this where we're standing is essentially the Mississippi River. But technically, these are stairs that go down to a parkway, and there's green space, and you can park cars on the other side. Technically, the shore doesn't happen until after those power lines. And as you can see, sort of treetops over there as well. And forecasters say this is going to be a mess for quite some time. They tell us that this will not recede completely until sometime in June. This morning, defense attorneys are expected to be in court and ask for bail modification. What that means is that Strauss-Kahn is not in jail, he's under house arrest. But this could allow him to move more freely around the country. He would not be able to leave the country and go back to his native France, but he could leave his home. All eyes are on the prince and his bride as they head to Canada. This is their first official royal visit anywhere since they've been married. And they will head to Canada today. They're about to arrive about 2 p.m. this afternoon in Ottawa, and they will be with about 1,400 of their closest friends in the forms of journalists and photographers. So many people are interested in this trip.